it actually could be life or death. I know that with a lot of things it's been life or death, and there's little things like this that keep me going, so I'm really grateful for it. It's just so beautiful to get to do something that I created and feel special and feel celebrated and embraced.
I just really wanted to do this for my kids. I didn't want to let them down anymore. That's my kid. Okay. Boundaries is a big thing. How to regulate my emotions and coming out of my shell, because showing my emotions is hard for me.
You know, there are so many things that we go through in life that you can't necessarily process with words. There's just a much easier way of conveying feelings through the arts than many of us can actually approach with words. And by taking language out of the equation and allowing people to really express those emotions from a very raw place without necessarily defining something with words, I think it really opens up a lot of doors for people.
And I did this configuration, but with these different pedals. It's a drug and alcohol challenge, and they're making steps to try to get that out of their life. Obviously, life's hard, and we learn to do things to help ourselves through it. And some of those choices we make don't necessarily take us down a really good path. And so the struggle is finding other things to try to replace that with more positive coping skills.
But then I always think about like what's next, what's going to keep you sober. And so doing art, for some of our clients, they can get their hands into it, they can express themselves, it's that creativity.
You can tell sometimes when our students come in that there's a heavy weight on them and they're in a struggling moment. And then by the end, the joy and just discovering something about themselves that they didn't know.
I know, they look great, don't they? I'm so excited.
So I was just really struggling with myself. I was making choices I was not proud of. Also, I can honestly say that there weren't many things I was completing in my life or doing anything productive. So at least this feels like, look what I did, it's super exciting.
Art in general for me is a stress relief. I've always loved art. I just like the therapy that it gives me. Being able to express myself in a way that I understand, and I don't really care if other people understand it. It's for me, not for other people.
Just a little bit of slip and go around and soften those edges.
The concept of grounding is just to try to get clients out of their head and into their body. And so that clay aspect of just being able to like grab the clay, work with the clay, use the clay, clients have said they've really enjoyed just being able to do it, express themselves with that, and then put what they do, on display.
We do a lot of hand building with slabs, but I also like to do some pinch pot things and some coil work. So there's various types of hand building skills that they work on. And I don't necessarily see them more than once sometimes. So each class is a brand new thing. Start from scratch. We start from the beginning. And they get to do a different project each month. If you're going to do two...
Before, I didn't have much to look forward to. I was not in the best place with my insides, like who I was and what I was doing. And here I get to look forward to so many different things that make me excited and give me something to look forward to. It's fulfilling, really.
Probably the biggest aspect of when I work with them, I'm going through with them what my journey was. Everything had to be perfect. And it's taken a while for me to figure out that no, that's not what this is about. And this idea of perfection maybe it's not realistic, and helping people accept that.
It's pretty integral to our mission to make sure that we're removing as many boundaries to participation as we possibly can. Just because we see on a regular basis the value that the arts bring to the lives of the people who engage with them, and how important the arts can be for our mental health, and these wonderful breakthroughs that people are able to have while engaging a different part of their brain and letting themselves just really feel.
We love it.
And I don't know, sometimes, I come out of this, it's like the biggest thing I do, this impact.
We get to do a lot of things together, and by the time that it's time to leave, we've built a family, We get to be sisters and get to have fun and laugh with nobody judging us, no one looking at us like we're weird. And especially when you're stressed out, come in here and it's like you get to leave with a fresh breath of air.
Yes, I am in recovery, but there are still days where it's hard, and it gives you something to do, somewhere for your mind to go, and I really like that, and it's good to have that.